Greetings. I'd like to talk about the citation building process. In our company, we start off with a citation information sheet on each company. This information sheet is the exact information we want used to build a citation for a company. We include business name, contact email, the website, first and last name of the contact, the address, phone number, description of the company, business type, industry served, and primary category are information that's sometimes required. We also have service products, and this is a fictitious massage company here, so those would be products or services, and then here would be primary keywords and secondary keywords. Primarily, we're going to use the primary keywords, so in most sites what you're really after is a description. Unless they give you additional space, you'll use the description and maybe primary keywords if they offer that. If it's a very long description field, sometimes you can have all of this description plus products and services put into it. So it really depends site to site. We provide the username for setting up the account and the password that we want used. We also provide the account, the username account email, which is different than the primary contact email, by the way. We provide that and the login to that email via the password. That'll normally be a Hotmail account or a Google account. We provide birth date information, should that be required, and year the business was found, hours of operations, and are the services provided at the business location, or does the company come to the person's home? Let's say if they were a carpet cleaning business, that would be a home. We do work at the client's location. And then sometimes there's a photo URL. The photo URL will very often go to the front, a picture of the front of their building, or sometimes their logo, and you can pull that down and use that as well. So let's talk about the listings that we go after. That's normally done in a spreadsheet. So let me pull that up. We provide a spreadsheet. We search the internet. We pull up all the active listings that we can find on the business, and then we look at all of their competitors that are out there, and we grab as many of those citation listings as we can as possible listings that we could build. Here's the thing. Very often, even the active listings are a cookie cutter type of listing that's been created just from scraping information off of the internet. So very often there's work to be done even on sites that show a status of active. Working across, here's the site, the status. The claimed column is a column that will have you put information into, yes, no, non-applicable, NA, as you work down through a list so that we know what we have. The date, this is just the date that we found these listings out there, these active listings. Sometimes the date may not show up on your sheet. That's okay. Domain authority, the larger the number, the more important the site is. And then citation value, we have very high, high, medium, low, and unknown. We want to try to get all of them that we can, but of course we start with the very high ones and then work our way down. The same is true for ones that are possibles that we can get down here. They're also ranked as well. We work from top to bottom. The type of site gives you a little bit of information. Is it a local directory? Is it a general directory? Is it a news site? What type of site is it? We have a column here for free or paid listing. Sometimes we don't know, so it's unknown or other. Free listings we want to go after. We do not want to do paid listings. So the paid listings are automatically a no or an NA here. And then here's the links themselves. So let's bring up a couple of these links and show you the type of things that you get into when you're going to fill these out. The most important thing is that you're accurate, that you take the time to do a good job, and that you pull this information in and try to accurately display it in there. It's very important that all of this information be exactly as it's shown on your citation information sheet. The change of a suite number or any little aspect of the address, or getting a phone number wrong, will completely ruin the value of doing the citation. So It's important that this information is accurate. It's also information that we want to literally be copied. When it comes to description, we want to write that description and have the person bring that into this new listing. So it's a cut and paste type of maneuver to bring it into the new listing. We've written it the way we need it to be written, and so we want to use that whenever we can. One of the things you'll find is sometimes, by the way, on descriptions, sometimes you'll find there's a very long description area, and you can actually work in, products and services after this part. You can insert it right here and add products and services to the description. Sometimes that's not possible. The field isn't long enough, and then sometimes they provide a field for products and services. So you have to apply just a little bit of thought to each one of these, dig a little bit, and take a look at it. So let's look at a few of these. Hopefully a lot of them you'll come to will be wonderfully clean, just like this, and all you have to do is build out the information. So here we see business name, street number, street name, on down the line here, city, state, zip, business phone, fax. Fax is kind of a thing that's disappearing, so there won't be any faxes and on these sheets very often. The contact email, remember that's the main email for the company, and then the website, the main website for that company. On downstream here we have things like primary category. This is where we put a category in. Primary keywords I would put in here, and if there's room underneath of them I would list my secondary keywords. Description, this is that important area, and this site actually has a products box, so I would keep those two separate. But and there's also a services box, so we might even be able to expand, not only have a description but products, and we could write a sentence or two about services that incorporate our primary keywords. Industry supported, if that's applicable, it's on the data sheet, and normally it's fairly obvious. What are the business hours? So in this case they're Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So if we were to do that, we would select these and do 8 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 5. Year established. We did not provide any information on professional associations or awards and distinctions. And in our example, we may have provided a photo that you could download and then re-upload, or a photo URL that you could use on a site like this. And then you would hit Save Changes, and that would complete building this citation for the Intuit Business Directory. There are others, though, that are a lot trickier that you're going to come to. So here's an example of one that's a little bit tricky. You go to it, and it's for Yellow Pages, and you see right away that this information is built out, and this company is already in here, and there's nothing you can really do with it. It's already been claimed. I can tell by looking at this that somebody has taken the time to already build this out. So in this case, we're just going to confirm it's there. We would do a cut and paste of the URL, and we would drop that back into our spreadsheet in the URL found column, and that way we know what the actual URL is. It wouldn't be the generic Yellow Pages listing, but it would be the true listing for this business. So let's look at another one of those. Sometimes it's a little tricky and you have to drill into it. Here's a listing on MapQuest. All we did was query the company name and zip code. We found on MapQuest that there was an actual listing. It's right here. And furthermore, we see it has a more info. Very often, this will bring you to another page that's the actual page for that particular site. So here we could see again, this page has been built out. There's information right here. It's been professionally done. It's not our information. It's not the way we would have built it out, but it has been built out already. So in this particular case, once again, I would copy the URL and bring that back over to the spreadsheet and list it beside that account. So that's an example of just drilling down for the more info. You'll find that very helpful on a lot of these sites. Let's look at another one. This is Hot Frog. In this particular case, the business shows up. However, it's been scraped from some other type of listing somewhere else, and they've built a listing kind of halfway. But you can see one thing here, if you look real close, claim your profile. this business has not been claimed yet in Hot Frog. So Hot Frog went out, scraped the information, brought it in, but now it's time for us to claim it and actually build the account out. So here's a case where we could get access to the account, even though it was showing as an active account on the spreadsheet. It hasn't been built out yet. We could get access to it and we could build this account out properly. And so that's an example of drilling down. Other times you'll find information sometimes at the bottom of a page. You're looking for a listing and all of a sudden you'll find down here in the small type somewhere, there'll be some kind of a footer that says, add your listing. And so you can go there. Once again, we don't pay for listings, but sometimes you have to just look around a little bit to try to make sure there's nothing on the page or anywhere else in there that says how to add your listing or how to change your listing. So that's the kind of thing we're looking for. Let's go to another one. This was a listing that we clicked on. It would have no value to us at all. This is the GSA, U.S. General Services Administration. It popped up in the list. I'm not sure why, but in this particular case, it would be of no help because there's no way for you to add anything to this site. It's a U.S. government site, so that offices for our states, for our military, and for our government can purchase different things online. So in this case, I'm sure they can buy furniture online. That's probably why it came up. I ran it in relationship to a furniture company, a fictitious furniture company, so that's probably why it's there. Here it is, furniture furnishings, but we would not be able to get into it, so we would list this one as a no or non-applicable, and we would move forward to the next citation. And so our goal is to work through the entire spreadsheet, one site at a time, until we've got all the citations built that we can possibly build. So in this particular case with this client, there's easily a couple hundred here that need to be worked through. So one of the ways that you can make this process a lot more friendly and a lot more fun is to use something called RoboForm. And you can find a plugin for RoboForm for really almost any browser. If you're using Firefox, if you're using Chrome, if you're using IE, or even the Apple browser, I think it's also available for that. And so RoboForm is an automatic form filler. So you can take the information that we had in our citation information sheet and you can add in that information into RoboForm so that when you go to one of these sites and you click on it and you find that form out there that's going to allow you to just drop the information in, you can click on RoboForm and it will pre-populate all of this information. It won't always be 100% correct and it won't always do all of it, but you can come close to where all you have to do is edit down one or two fields and you'll be able to complete it. So that speeds things up a lot. RoboForm is the name of the product and it's a plug-in for the various systems out there. When someone's doing this work for my company, we do pay for a regular paid version of RoboForm for that person, so they're able to access it and use the account and speed the process up just a ton. So that's the information I wanted to pass forward about what we do for citation building. Hopefully you'll be able to join our team, and if you have questions, let us know. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.